I'd like to call to order the June 18th, 2013 regular meeting of the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners. I'd invite you to stand with me if you'd like. I'll be offering an invocation this evening. Father, thank you for another wonderful day in our community and all the activity that's occurring. We pray for your guidance as we meet tonight and the protection of those who are serving us, both in police and fire and those serving overseas. Thank you, Lord, for being with us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. You can join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Waltrip is absent. Commissioner Williams?
Here.
Commissioner Denning?
Here.
Commissioner Hill is absent. Mayor Wilkerson?
Here. Do we have any awards and recognitions you'd like to bring to forward tonight?
Not this month, Mayor. Thank you.
All right. I think Quentin Hughes is here with Operation Pride for a presentation. Mr. Hughes, please come ahead.
Good evening. Quentin Hughes with Operation Pride, and this June is our commercial award for Sun Suite Salon and Spa at 1044 Chestnut. They did a wonderful job of refurbishing that building and turned it into a nice business district in the 1000 block of Chestnut Street. This is the old house before, from the front view. This is the curb, and then the side parking lot as you're coming up Chestnut heading towards WKU. And this is the finished product. They did an outstanding job, and Operation Pride would just like to recognize them this evening. I don't think Ms. Hudson is here tonight. She must have gotten delayed, but we would like to recognize them as well.
Very good. Nice facility. I think we have a
Felicia?
We have
Yes, she is here.
She is here.
Yeah. we just presented. This is Felicia Hudson. You're the owner. She's the owner of Sun Suites Spa and Salon, and so we want to recognize you tonight and congratulations on your job.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to accept this award. I love Bowling Green, and we need to keep our city beautiful. I moved downtown because I wanted to support the redevelopment of the downtown. Sun Suites is a full-service salon and spa, and I have 20 technicians who are just waiting to serve you. And I want to accept this award and also welcome you to Sun Suites.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Try to get a picture here. My son's the photographer tonight. Go ahead and stand up, son. It's okay. He's the cowboy. There we go.
As you're taking the photographs, I was there for the ribbon cutting, and the facility's just as nice on the inside as it is on the outside. Congratulations and thanks again.
Very nice. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Is that just the one tonight? Okay. Any other acknowledgments? Mr. DeFebo, City Manager, comments.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no comments other than there'll be a need for a short executive session. I don't believe a vote will be required. Kate will read the reason.
Pursuant to KRS 61810B for deliberations on the future acquisition or sale of real property by the city, but only when publicity would likely affect the value of the specific piece of property to be acquired for public use or sold by the city.
So moved. Second. Motion by Denning and second by Williams. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. First item is approval of minutes from the regular meeting on June 4th, 2013. Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. This is a point in the meeting when we have the opportunity for the public to provide comments that they may want the City Commission to know about. We only ask that you step forward to the microphone, and your comments would be limited to items that are not on tonight's agenda. Seeing no one step forward, we'll continue with the second reading of Ordinance 2013-13.
Ordinance adopting annual city budget Ordinance adopting the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky annual operating budget for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2013 and ending June 30, 2014 by estimating revenues and appropriating funds for the operation of city government.
So moved.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. No discussion unless you have anything to add.
Well, I just wanted to remind the public that this budget contains no tax increase. Continue the level of service that we have been providing historically, makes about $1 million investment in our community, as well as provides a modest raise to keep our employees in pace with inflation. The process started with our employees and our departments in January, and it's culminating tonight with your final vote, hopefully.
Any comments or discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Second reading of ordinance 2013, number 14.
Ordinance relating to classification pay schedules. Ordinance amending the classification pay schedules G for general classified, S for protective sworn, D for department head management, and U for unclassified part-time employees, and authorizing pay increases for fiscal year 2014.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Denning, second by Williams. Any other comments, Mr. DeFebo? We had a long discussion last time.
Yes.
Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Ordinance 2013, number 15, second reading.
Ordinance amending zoning ordinance. Ordinance amending Articles 4 and 5 of the zoning ordinance for the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky as recommended by the City County Planning Commission.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Any discussion? Had a thorough understanding of it from the last time, and the material's been in our hand for quite some time. Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-89.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of Jared A. Wills to the position of Athletic Supervisor in the Parks and Recreation Department.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Denning and second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
When we appointed Brent Belcher as our new Park and Rec Director, that created a vacancy. Adam Butler was appointed to Brent's former position. That created a position with Adam's job. We went out to an advertisement, had 27 applicants. We interviewed 5, and from that we distilled down to what we believe to be the best candidate at this time for this position. That's Jared Wills. He is a 14-year teacher who's been heavily involved in academics. I believe Mr. Wills is here.
Thank you, Mr. Wills, for standing up. We wanted everybody to see who you are. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes, congratulations. Sure. Can we take just a few minutes recess?
Pardon me?
Can we take just a few minutes recess? We'll be back in just a moment. Begin again with Municipal Order 2013, number 90.
Municipal order approving the probationary appointment of Kelly K. Fritz to the position of broadcast specialist in the office of city manager.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Mr. Febo.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight we're going to do something extra special. We're going to hopefully approve the appointment of a new employee. We do that very rarely except for police and fire, which most of those are replacement. But tonight we're here to fill a position of broadcast specialist. The migration of this position for Ms. Fritz was from intern to part-time, and the need for the position became such that we felt it important to create the position and present it to you for approval in the budget. As you know, we've made a concerted effort to reach out to the public and present our message of our community and our organization to not only those we serve, but the world. Kelly is an important part of that. She does most of the creative programming along with Laura Harris. A new example would be Mythbusters. I can't say that word very well. We also, because of Kelly, have been able to wean ourselves off of paying for Spotlight on Bowling Green. Kelly's here tonight, I think, with her supportive husband.
Kelly's here. Go ahead and stand up.
Yeah.
We all know Kelly and congratulate her too. She's the one that makes us look better than we actually are when we're up here. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate that.
Who said that?
I think the fire chief just insulted us. I believe he did. I'm not sure. Oh, I thought you said that was a lot of work too. I'm sorry.
And he's still here?
He's still here. Still here. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013, number 91.
Municipal order approving the appointment of reappointment of Julie Huntsman to the Board of Park Commissioners.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Williams and second by Denning. This is a reappointment for Julie Huntsman, who has been on there. She filled an unexpired term, and she has a full term now. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2013, number 92.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2013-05 for Fire Records Management System from Alpine Software Corporation of Pittsford, New York, in the total amount of $99,410.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Mr. DeFebo.
The maintenance of fire records, especially as they relate to the inspections of various units throughout town, is important, as well as the operation of the fire department as an entity. The current software system that we had is archaic. Greg, in his wisdom, along with others, felt it was time for us to replace that system. So I'd like to turn it over to Greg Johnson, our fire chief, and he's going to introduce the collaborative team that helped to bring us here tonight.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioner. Thanks for your time tonight. The idea of changing our records management system has come up several times in the last few years. It's a hard trigger to pull because there's a lot of upfront cost. It seems like a very expensive thing to have to do. And then when you start that transition, it is a whole lot of work for everybody that has to use the system. There's a lot of training that goes along with it. So that didn't keep us from doing it before, but it kind of made us put things on the back burner a few times. About a year ago, we made the decision to explore some other options, and we've been through kind of a long process doing that. We had the goals of improving efficiency. We wanted something that would make us work more efficiently. We wanted to provide better service. That was a big target for us, and we think this will do it, especially for the business community and especially in our Prevention and Inspection Bureau. And then we want it to be easier to use. The one we have now, frankly, I'm still no good at using it. It's a difficult system, and the timing's right for us now too. We have a lot of really new people in the department. About half our department's been here for probably less than 7 years, and most of them, well, everybody we hire now really is pretty good on computers. and they've looked at this. They've helped us look at this. A lot of department members have looked at it, and so we've got a lot of support to make this move now. No one's been more helpful on this than Sergeant Mike Alexander and our IT consultant Emily Woods. She's here with us tonight, and they have a short presentation to show you what we're planning to do. And so I'll turn it over to them. Thanks.
Hey, Mayor and City Commissioners. We've got a real short presentation. I didn't bring all the books up here, Mr. Williams, because I was afraid that you might nod off on me, so I didn't bring everything up here. Most of that's just documentation that we had with doing this. So we've got a little short thing we'll go through here real quick. Records Management System, or RMS, software that is used by the Bowling Green Fire Department to track all aspects of the department's daily activities, including the daily roster, incidents, training, inventory, testing of equipment, occupancies, inspections done on those, and investigations. This information is used to keep a history on incident response times, occupancies, fire education, firefighter certifications and training, and to run reports for ISO ratings for the insurance industry, CPSC accreditation, and ICMA. Without this software, there's no way to track that data. The information that we put in there, there's no way to pull it out without us having some kind of records management system that basically puts it where it needs to be. Firehouse RMS was purchased in 2000 and has been in use since that time with no major upgrades. This software has fallen behind with industry standards. With messy, out-of-date reports, pulling information from Firehouse is often inaccurate. In 2012, an attempt to conduct paperless occupancy inspections using Firehouse mobile inspection product proved to be very problematic. This experience prompted Fire and IT to further research other record management software systems. With a budget of $150,000, the request for proposal was released in September of 2012. 5 companies responded. Fire Programs submitted a no-bid letter, and emergency reporting was disqualified. New World Systems bid exceeded our budget. Zoll Data Systems was evaluated and not chosen due to their need for a major software upgrade in 2014. Customer service responses, which included customers that they gave us a list of that were no longer their customers, and they weren't very positive. Companies had been sold numerous times. One of the things we were looking at was barcoding for our inventory. It's a way for us to track the stuff that we bring in or consumables. And keep up with what comes in and what goes out. They did not offer that. They had done limited a number of Firehouse conversions, and that was one of the big things we looked at, because we have a huge amount of data that we've already compiled that we don't want to lose. Run records, investigation history reports that we want to maintain, occupancy management reports where we've done inspections on businesses for years and we want to maintain those things. That data, we want to convert that. And so Zoll was not able to convert all of our data. Additional software costs they also did not include in their bid price. Alpine Software was chosen by us for their ability to most completely meet all bid specs. Alpine support has the ability to customize their software to our specific needs and convert our existing Firehouse data. Alpine is built on a flexible, scalable modules that are fully integrated to remove repetitive data entry. And basically, what that means to us is when you put something into Firehouse software, it propagates it to anywhere it needs to be. So it's one-time entry. Instead of you having to go into one module, open it up and enter data, open up another module and enter data, it automatically puts it where it needs to be. And they customize all their reporting to our needs. So we tell them what we want, how we want it to look, what we want it to tell us. They help us build the report or build it for us. Questions?
Any questions for Mr. Alexander?
You mentioned ISO ratings, and I know that Bowling Green has a good ISO rating, but with better data, the possibility of improving ISO and therefore lowering insurance premiums for
Exactly.
citizens would be great.
Yes, that's exactly what that's for. And just an example of one way that works for us, our call-out time is one of the most important things to us as far as ratings go. And so that data that we get back out there tells us about our callback time, our call-up times, how long it's taking us to get on the trucks and things like that. So if there's an issue, a traffic issue, a light issue, whatever it is, then we know that there's an issue there on a response time or whatever, so it gives us a way of tracking that. So that's one of those things that we can pull out there. With the software we have now, it's just really antiquated, and it's hard to get that information out of it. And if we build any reports, we have to do them ourselves. It's time consuming.
Yes, sir.
Michael, can you explain how you're able to move the price from $148,000 to this more acceptable price? How were you able to do that?
When they bid initially, basically what they done is they bid everything they had. They gave us a bid on every module to do everything that their software is capable of doing. And a lot of those modules that they bid are not anything that we would need. They're not modules that we would use. A good example would be their EMS module, which we don't need that EMS module. So what we done once they bid it, we went back and took out the modules that we didn't need and cut back on some of the other things, and they brought the price down for us. But they've been through this whole thing. This has been going on for almost 2 years, and through this whole process, they were one of the first companies we looked at. They have been in constant contact with us. Do we need anything? Is there something we could do for them? Things of that nature. It's just been it's been very easy to work with them.
I know you said the other company didn't have some pretty good references. What about Alpine?
Alpine's references every department that we have spoke to. They're from the Northeast, New York. Every department that we spoke to was more than satisfied with them. They've been very happy with them. And the reason I said that, when this all came was about the time that the hurricane hit. And so a lot of the companies, the departments we contacted, they were in the middle of a storm and outages. And no complaints. Their software was functioning. They didn't have any problems.
Any other comments, questions?
I'd like to add that this is coming from the Fire Improvement Fund, and thus no pressure on the general fund. That may be helpful in your discernment.
Yes, sir. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Wilkerson,
Yes. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Municipal Order 2013, number 93.
municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2013-33 for HVAC preventative maintenance, repairs, equipment replacement, and off-site monitoring contract from Stuart Ritchie Service Group of Bowling Green, Kentucky in the annual amount of $7,980 for a term of 5 years.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Mr. Febo.
Given the amount of varied sites we have and the HVAC systems that we have across those sites, it's important for us to have a preventative maintenance contract. We went out to bid for preventative maintenance services and monitoring repair. We had 2 bidders. We're here tonight to recommend to you that Stuart Ritchie was the lowest acceptable bid, and we recommend your approval. Jeff Lashley is here if you have any questions.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Williams,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Wilkerson,
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-94.
municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2013-39 for Sloan Convention Center vinyl wall covering replacement and wood trim stain and repair from S&J Construction Incorporated of Bowling Green, Kentucky in the total amount of $44,690.
So moved.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Mr. Febo.
We've all been to older convention centers and forcing us to ask the question, why didn't they improve these? We don't want to be in that category, so we're making a consistent effort to maintain the modern look of our facility. We have a reserve for replacement well over $1 million to replace things. We're here tonight to ask you to replace the vinyl wall covering and to accompany that with a new wood trim and stain and repair. We've had 3 bidders. The low bidder is S&J of Bowling Green. I believe the Convention Center Board deliberated prior to tonight and voted in the affirmative.
Yes, sir. Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Williams,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Wilkerson,
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-95.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting negotiations after sealed bidding for bid number 2013-30 for City Hall Building Security Project from Carter Douglas Company of Russellville, Kentucky in the amount of $83,500 and further authorizing the direct purchase of materials for this project.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Denning, second by Williams. Mr. Fellow.
Some time ago, Mr. Denning and others orchestrated a concern that the city building here and other facilities in the city needed more active security to protect our employees. We discussed this at retreat, and we made a decision to explore a bid that would provide necessary protection for those here in City Hall and eventually in the annex. We went out to bid, received no bids the first time. We went out to bid again and received one bid that came in at $110,000. Jeff, pursuant to our purchasing policy, went into directed negotiation with the one bidder, which is Carter Douglas of Russellville, and reduced the price to from $110,000 to $83,500. We believe this decrease in price in no way affects the quality of the protection. If you would like, Jeff is prepared to briefly go over what we're getting for $83,500 and how it's helpful. If that would be helpful to anyone.
Mr. Denning, did you want to have the opportunity to speak here?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Mm-hmm. I don't mind saying that I stayed up to 2:30 or 3 o'clock this morning, jotting down some things that I had prepared to say pertaining to this project. First of all of us know since 9/11, many entities across the country has gone into a protection mode for their respective facilities, as well as main thing, protecting their employees. The intent of this particular project is to do just that, to try to provide some protection for the employees in this building. Now, I realize this is an old facility built in 1907, but the historical value of this building should not take the place of providing the necessary protection for the employees that work in this building. Presently, we have what I would say is an open door policy. You come through the front door and you can go out the back door. You can go directly into any of the offices located therein. In 2013, this is unacceptable. We spend money, as you just seen here a few minutes ago, for our firemen, for our policemen, to protect the citizens of the city of Bowling Green. Why shouldn't we spend money to protect our employees that work here? Let me give you an example, and this is a true example. Owensboro City Hall. You walk into the City Hall in Owensboro, you walk into a lobby. The city clerk's offices is all down the left side when you walk in, enclosed in protective glass. There's a receptionist right over here behind protective glass. There are double doors right straight ahead of you. If I'm going in to see the city manager or the mayor, I've got to let her know. She will let somebody upstairs know to come down and get me and take me to wherever I'm going. In other words, you don't go any further than the lobby. You don't go through the front door and able to walk right straight through and go out the back door. That's the old way of doing things. We have got to do better. This system is going to provide some protection, but I am not necessarily pleased with what it's going to provide. We have got to make sure that when people come in, that they have a stopping place, not a continuous walk-in place or a line to where they can enter and exit straight through the building. We've got to keep in mind that everyone in our society doesn't necessarily think like all of us may be here in this room. There are some people out there in our society that think quite differently than we do. Those individuals and the history of things past here the last several years will reflect that those individuals go to where the mass numbers are located. The movie theater in Colorado, the school with the little kids in Connecticut. Now, we all say that those things cannot and will not happen here. Those people in those places said the same thing, but they happen. We have got to protect our employees, regardless of what building they're in. And money, we shouldn't be scared to spend dollars to protect our own people. These people are mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, and we have a responsibility as elected officials to spend whatever money it takes in order to protect our facilities and our people. And there is no amount of money that is going to take the place of a life of someone. And it's better to do it now than to have something happen, and I bet we will come up with money then. Something happens, everybody, regardless of what location it is, they come up with the money. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do that. And regardless of whether I'm seated here or wherever, I don't want it ever said in the future that, well, if the city commissioners in the past had done something, maybe this could have been prevented. I hope I never, ever hear that. So I hope this is just the first step by having some protective glass around one or two of our employees, as well as whatever doors we're going to install. Means that someone can get in that door, but it doesn't mean someone can't blast through that door. Right here tonight, in this chamber, a person can walk right straight through the steps, through the front door, up the steps, and come in here and take all of us out. Every one of us, and go right out the back door. And that's the way it is. If anyone thinks it's any different, then speak up. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir. Any other comments? All right, please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-96.
Municipal order authorizing a contract through sole source justification for maintenance services for radio and communication equipment with Motorola Solutions Incorporated in the amount of $40,405.68 for fiscal year 2014.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Mr. President.
Last meeting, we had the exciting news that we're going to be entering into the process of building a new radio system for all of Warren County. We still have some unfinished business, meaning we have to run our current radio system and maintain that for at least another year. In order to do that, we need a wraparound maintenance agreement. We're here tonight to ask you to approve a yearly maintenance agreement with Motorola. Once a new system is done, that'll be rolled into the new agreement and be part of that. But this is should hopefully be the last year of that standalone agreement. Melissa Carter's here if you have any questions.
Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denny?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-97.
Municipal order authorizing continuation of an agreement with Park Street Partners doing business as Urgent Care and Corp Care to provide employee medical services, physicals, and medical testing for fiscal year 2014.
So moved.
Motion by Denning, second by Williams. Mr. Febo.
Mayor and Commission, with your courtesy, I'd like to bundle some municipal orders, number 12, 13, 14, and 17, all relate to the same area of concern, providing infrastructure, insurances, or services we need to for our employees. I would ask Michael Grubbs to come up and give an overview, with your courtesy, for 12, 13, 14, and 17, knowing we have to vote separately on each one, if that's okay.
Hello, Mr. Rose.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. We do have several items on the agenda that relate to the new fiscal year. Municipal Order 2013-97 is to continue the agreement for our employee medical services through Park Street Partners, Urgent Care, and Corp Care. We put this out for bid a couple of years ago, and after that decided to initiate the contract with Park Street Partners. We have a 3-year agreement where they agreed not to raise any rates, and so this would be the 3rd year of that. So that's to request your approval, and I assume you'll ask any questions before I move on to the next item. The next item is for the League of Cities Insurance Services for the Convention Center Corporation. Our agent, Tom Hart, did negotiating with them this year and actually was able to obtain a significant reduction in both our property and liability insurance premiums. The fact that the management company also carries liability insurance on the building helped to assure KLCIS that we're a good risk, plus we've never had any claims. So we're actually recommending continuing with KLCIS at a significant savings to the CCC. Municipal Order 2013-99, again, relates to our employee medical benefits plan. We've been self-funded for the last 20 years. We went out to bid in 2007 for claims administration and selected Humana, both for their networks, the network that allows employees and their dependents to use both local hospitals. They also provide claims administration and a number of other services that I've listed in the memo there. There is a rate increase included in the proposal, but as I noted in my memo, we've not had a rate increase every year, and they stipulated the specific reasons for the increase, which is obviously a fee the city pays. But we are recommending that we continue with Humana for another year. The last item, which is item number 17, Municipal Order 2013-102, that is an agreement to continue with Symetra Life Insurance for our stop-loss coverage. And I do want to express appreciation to the City Clerk's Office for working with me. We were still negotiating with Symetra as of Friday, and they actually held up the agenda, hoping we'd have something finalized. We went ahead and put on the agenda to continue with Symetra, and then I said in my revised memo that I'd have to come back to you with our specifics, and I think we've handed out kind of a summary of what we're doing. We've had some really good years in the past, but this year we've had 3 high claimants. And with stop-loss coverage, the city pays the first $75,000 in claims per person, and then we purchase stop-loss or what's called excess insurance to cover us beyond that. Typically in a year we might have 2, maybe 3 people hit that limit. This year we've had 3 high claimants, anywhere from $90,000 to almost $300,000. Obviously, that influences your insurance premium the next year. This is always something that comes down to the wire because the carriers want to wait as late as possible into the fiscal year to see what the claims are going to be like. Our insurance consultant, Cheryl Morgan, has been working with them nonstop for the last few weeks. They actually took proposals from at least 3 companies that we came down to getting quotes from and then doing negotiating with. We went back and forth. At one point, we were going to select another company. Then Symetra said, hey, wait, we've had you since 2008. Give us another chance. So they came back with some other alternates. trying to narrow that all down, if you look at the bottom of the sheet that the clerk has handed out, we had 3 different options with Symetra, and we're really recommending going with the more conservative route, increasing our stop loss limit to $100,000, going ahead with allowing an 11% premium increase. We budgeted for 20% because we know the market is volatile. But as a result of that, we will not have any claimants pulled out and funded separately. There's a term in the industry called lasering, where if you have a high claimant, they'll actually laser or carve out an individual or multiple individuals and say, okay, we're not going to cover this person until after you, the city or the employer, pays X dollars. And in this case, they were looking anywhere up to $500,000 with one claimant. Meaning, yeah, we'll give you a lower premium, but you're going to pay the first $500,000 on that person instead of the first $100,000. Obviously not an attractive feature for us. So we're willing to go a different route, accept 11% increase without carving out or without lasering any individuals. There is an option that they've put on the table that we are going to review this year, where possibly we would implement a policy where we'll limit how much we'll pay in a certain area. But in order to do that, we're going to have to work with some drug companies and try to make sure that anything we do is not going to adversely affect the employees or the claimants in this case. But that's not something that's part of this proposal. We're recommending going with their option 1, which is we take the $100,000 specific stop loss limit, the premium increase of $11,000, but everybody's covered equally under that plan. So that's our recommendation.
And what we're talking about here does not affect the rates that the employees are paying. This is the reinsurance beyond that.
True. Now, the entire cost of the program obviously does eventually affect the employees. If the city sees a significant increase in our costs, then yes, that eventually is going to trickle down to premium increases. But this action in and of itself does not affect any employee premiums. Those are set until January 1, so the earliest we'd be talking to you about any rate changes for employees would be in effect for January.
Okay.
And again, we budgeted for a 20% increase, so 11% is well within our budget.
Any questions for Mr. Rhodes or Mr. DeFebo? All right, so our first vote will be on the Employee Medical Services at Urgent Care and Corp Care. Please call the roll.
Williams,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Wilkerson,
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-98.
Municipal order authorizing insurance premium payments to the Kentucky League of Cities Insurance Services for insurance coverages of general liability, public officials' errors and omissions, buildings and property, and business automobile for the Convention Center Corporation for fiscal year 2014.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Williams and second by Denning. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Wilkerson,
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-99.
Municipal order authorizing the continuation of an agreement with Humana relating to managed healthcare and claims administration services for fiscal year 2014.
So moved. I'm sorry.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Wilkerson,
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-100.
municipal order approving appropriations for various city-created contract agencies for fiscal year 2014.
So moved.
Motion by Denning, second by Williams. Mr. DeFebo.
In our budget, as the Commission knows, we have a budget that provides for what our city employees do. We also have part of the budget, a section related to us funding or contributing to contract agencies. These are agencies that do work on our behalf and for which we feel we should make a contribution or pay a fee for service. Kate's has put in your packet all the various agencies that you approved at budget time. Kate manages this for us, and if you have any questions, it would probably be appropriate to direct those to Katie.
Any questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Williams,
Yes.
Denning,
Yes.
Wilkerson,
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-101.
municipal order authorizing the mayor to execute a lease agreement with Downtown Redevelopment Authority Incorporated to lease Fountain Square Park and designated adjacent city streets and sidewalks and Circus Square Park for concerts in the park and other Downtown Redevelopment Authority Incorporated events.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Mr. Febo.
Yeah, I would defer to Gene. He authored the rules of engagement with these various agencies and can better explain why we're here and what we're agreeing to. Gene?
This is kind of a normal, typical lease agreement we do with nonprofit entities that want to lease public property, particularly when there's alcohol involved. If they try to get a liquor license, for example, that they need to have a lease or something else in place so they can get an ABC license. This is obviously for the Friday night DRA concerts in the park. They want the parks from about 2:30 until midnight. We're doing Fountain Square Park, Park Row, and Main Avenue, and no sidewalks, but with no alcohol there. They did request that alcohol be permitted in Circus Square Park. We did put language in it that is there. We did put some language in as well that if there is alcohol at Circus Square, that they will either fence off the park to try to limit people leaving and particularly leaving, maybe even coming in with alcohol there, or if they want to rope off or secure off a smaller area like I think they have in the past, that would be okay as well. But the rest of the language is normal, typical lease agreements with maintenance and insurance and hold harmless language that we've done for other nonprofits in the past.
Any comments or discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2013-102.
Municipal order authorizing an agreement with Symetra Life Insurance Company relating to managed health care and specific stop-loss excess insurance for fiscal year 2014.
So moved.
Motion by Williams and second by Denning. This is part of the project that Mr. Grubbs mentioned. Is there any further discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. First reading of ordinance 2013-16.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 8,972 square feet from NB Neighborhood Business to GB General Business, located at 745 Old Morgantown Road, presently owned by Double D Rentals Incorporated, care of David Dimachek, with Elizabeth Valadez and Jose Valadiva as contract vendees, and to be leased to Douglas Lopez.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Denning and second by Williams. Mr. Febo.
It'd probably be appropriate for Steve Hunter to come forward for ordinance number 8, items 18 and 19 if you have a question, because the first reading of both, if you want to do it that way.
All right. Any comments or questions for Mr. Hunter? We had the opportunity to review the packet and the Planning and Zoning Commission material. There's no questions, and we'll please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. And first reading of ordinance 2013-17.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 3.38 acres from AG Agriculture and HI Heavy Industrial to PUD Planned Unit Development located at 1347 Kentucky Highway 185, presently owned by David B. Garvin.
So moved.
Motion by Williams, second by Denning. Mr. DeFebo, I know Mr. Garvin has been here for a long time to get to the last item on the agenda. Do you have any comments that you'd like to make, sir?
No, thank you, Greg. I just came here out of respect for the commission and appreciate the commission and city management for reviewing this, and appreciate everything else you do.
Thank you for your long-term investment in our community, and this is just another small portion of your commitment, especially to the west side. We appreciate that. Any comments or discussion? Please call the roll.
Williams?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. And that's the last item on our regular agenda. I understand we're going to go in closed session, and there will be a vote coming out?
I do not believe so.
Will not be a vote coming
will not
out.
be a vote.
So we'll go into recess for a few minutes and allow the crowd to disperse. Thank you for tuning in.